Hi everyone, welcome to the new episode of Peter's English Podcast. The new episode of Peter's English Podcast has been started. I'm your host Peter. I'm the owner of my own Peter's English Podcast. My Peter's English Podcast is an English podcast about my own fairy tales in English. I like writing, streaming, and recording my own novel, Vera the Vampire Diary. It's about practicing my English. It's about learning English, and it's about inspiring others to learning English because learning English is for everyone. I live in Slovakia. I'm 34 years old. I like learning English. I want to learn English because it's my hobby. I want to have better paid job. I want to live without language barriers. I want to visit foreign countries. I want to travel a lot, and I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. And I like doing my podcast, and I like writing, streaming, and recording my novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Okay, that was the introduction. I did it for 1 minute, and we can start. Welcome, people. Is the new episode of my series Learn English with Peter. I don't know which kind of episode, the number of the episode is it, but who cares? And I discovered that people you don't believe me, but I forgot everything about questions that I revised 2 weeks ago or when. I have to revise it again, and the best AI buddy is Microsoft Copilot, and I want to use his learn and I want to use his study and learn mode. And okay, let's go do it. Okay, people. And Peter, don't be shy. No one is watching you. That's the most important thing. Okay. Without shining, we can start. Study and learn mode. I'm streaming and recording on my Twitch via OBS Studio, the new video episode of my podcast. The topic of my podcast is questions in English. Imagine that I don't know anything about English. Explain me how to create questions in English. Okay, we have to wait. Perfect, Peter. Let's build this step by step, as if you're starting from zero. Since you're streaming, I'll keep it clear and teachable so that audience can follow along too. Step 1, yes, no question. These are the simplest structure. Do, does, plus subject plus verb plus rest of the sentence. Example, do you like the Simpsons? Try making one. Do you? Step 2, VH questions. Information questions. These start with words like who, what, where, when, why, or how. Structure, VH word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Example, where do vampires live? Can you think of a funny one with why? Step 3, question tags. These are little tales at the end of of a sentence. Structure. Statement plus tag. Auxiliary plus pronoun. Statement plus tag. Auxiliary plus pronoun. Example. You're streaming tonight, aren't you? Try one with your podcast. You're recording now. More polite. Often used in conversations. Structure. Can you tell me? Do you know? Plus clause. Example. Can you tell me where the bus goes? Try one with Katka. Do you know when my next lesson is? Okay. The altar of questions crowns curiosity. The altar of grammar crowns clarity. The altar of Peter crowns legitimacy. Okay. People, this was too simple and we can start with yes and no questions in present simple and past simple. Yes, I think this is a good idea for our start. Perfect starting point, Peter. Let's break it down step by step so you can use it in your stream. We'll start with yes no questions in present simple, then move to past simple. Present simple yes no questions. Rule. Use do does at the beginning. Structure. Do does plus subject plus verb. Base form. Examples. Do you like The Simpsons? Does Yura live in Slovakia? Quick check. If the subject is he, she, it, which auxiliary do we use do or does? Past simple yes no questions. Rule. Use did at the beginning. Structure. Did plus subject plus verb. Base form. Examples. Did you watch The Simpsons yesterday? Did you fight with the vampire hunters last week? Quick check. After did, do we keep the verb in the past tense watched or go back to base form watch? Okay, I have to answer people. I mean Microsoft Copilot. Present simple is does and past simple is base form. This is very easy. Exactly, Peter. You've got the key idea, but let's sharpen it so you can explain it clearly in your stream. Present simple yes no questions. We use do does at the beginning. After do does, the verb stays in base form. Examples. Do you play football? Does she watch The Simpsons? Notice, even though the statement is she watches, in the question it becomes does she watch? Base form. Past simple yes no question. We use did at the beginning. After did, the verb also stay in base form. Examples. Did you watch The Simpsons yesterday? Did you fight with the vampire hunters last week? Notice, even though the statement is she fought, in the question it becomes did she fight? Okay. Explain me the difference between subject and object questions in English. Great question, Peter. Let's break this down step by step so it's crystal clear for your stream. Subject questions. What they ask. Who what is doing the action? The subject. Structure. Who word plus verb plus rest of sentence. No auxiliary needed. What they subject question. What they ask. Who what is doing the action? Aha, structure. The word plus verb plus rest of the sentence. No auxiliary needed. Who plays football? The answer is the person who plays. What makes you laugh? The answer is the thing that makes you laugh. Notice, the subject itself is unknown, so the verb agreed with it. Object questions. What they ask. Who what receives the action, the object. Structure. The word plus auxiliary do does did plus subject plus verb. Examples. Who do you play football with? The answer is the person you play with. What did Vera watch yesterday? The answer is the thing she watched. Notice, the subject is known, you Vera, but the object is unknown. Aha, now I understand. Later spin. The alter of subject crowns actors. The alter of objects crowns receivers. The altar of Peter crowns clarity. To test your audience live, you could ask, who plays with the machines? No, okay, this is not very good. Do you want me to prepare mini quiz? Who plays with Peter? Who plays with Peter cards? Vera. And then what does she play? She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Now a little practice, Peter. You've just created two different types of question in action. Let's break them down so you can use this as a teaching moment in your stream. Example 1. Who plays with Peter cards? Vera. This is a subject question. You're asking who is doing the action, the subject. Answer. Vera is the one who plays. Rule. No auxiliary verb needed. Just who plus verb. Example 2. What does she play? She doesn't know. This is an object question. You already know the subject, she, but you're asking about the object of the action. Answer. The object is unknown. She doesn't know. Rule. Use auxiliary does did plus subject plus verb base form. Okay. Okay, people, this was easy. We can continue with explain me present simple and past simple. Okay, we can continue. Alright, Peter, let's build this step by step so it's clear for your stream audience. Well, we'll compare present simple and past simple, the two most basic tenses in English. Yes, people, I wanted to do it. You can hate me now. Peter, it's boring. No, it's not. For me, it's not. Present simple. When we use it for routines, habits, facts, and things that are always true. Structure. Affirmative. Subject plus verb. Base form. I play football. Negative. Subject don't or doesn't plus verb base form. She doesn't watch TV. Question. Do does plus subject plus verb base form. Does Vera read books? Example. Peter works with machines every day. Okay. Past simple. When we use it for finished actions in the past, often with a time reference. Yesterday, last week, in 2020. Structure. Affirmative. Subject plus verb. Past form. I watched The Simpsons yesterday. Negative. Subject plus didn't plus verb. Base form. She didn't play cards. Question. Did plus subject plus verb. Base form. Did Vera fight with vampires last night? Example. Peter worked with machines yesterday. Okay. Yes. Microsoft Copilot, you have forgotten something. You have to you haven't told people about S in present simple. You're absolutely right, Peter. The S in present simple is one of the most important details, and it often confuses learners. Let's break it down clearly so you can explain it in your stream. The S rule in present simple: when the subject is he, she, it, the verb in the affirmative form takes S or S or S for some verbs. For other subjects, I, you, we, they, the verb stays in the base form. Affirmative sentences: I play football, she plays football, he watches TV. At S because the verb ends in H. Negative sentences: use doesn't for he, she, it, and don't for others. After doesn't, the verb goes back to base form, no S. Example: she doesn't play football. Not doesn't plays. Questions: use do does for he, she, it, and do for others. After does, the verb stays in base form. Example: does she play football? Not does she plays. Okay, this was very easy. We can continue with present continuous and past continuous. Perfect progression, Peter. I don't know if we aren't we so too quickly. Okay, I don't know. Perfect progression, Peter. Let's move from simple tenses into the continuous tenses. We'll go step by step so you can explain them clearly in your stream. Present continuous, when we use it for actions happening right now, for temporary actions, not permanent. Structure: subject plus MSR plus verb plus ing. Examples: I am streaming on Twitch. She is playing cards with Peter. They are watching The Simpsons. Quick check: if the subject is he, which auxiliary do we use? Am, is, or are? Yes, this is too easy. Past continuous, when we use it for actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past. Often used to set the scene or describe backgrounds, actions. Structure: subject plus was plus were plus verb plus ing. And when we use it again for actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past, often used to set the scene or describe background actions. Structure: subject plus was plus were plus verb plus ing. Examples: I was streaming yesterday at 5 p.m. She was playing cards when the vampire arrived. They were watching The Simpsons while Peter was fighting with machines. We can continue. Quick check: if the subject is they. This is too easy. This is too easy, Microsoft Copilot. We can continue. Explain my audience which kind of past tense is the best option for storytelling. Past simple or past continuous? Great teaching moment, Peter. Let's guide your audience step by step so they see how past simple and past continuous work together in storytelling. Past simple for storytelling. Purpose: moves the story forward. Use finished actions. It used finished actions, the main events. Examples: Vera opened the door. Peter fought with two machines. Past simple is like the backbone of the story. It tells what happened. Past continuous for storytelling. Purpose: sets the scene, describes background actions. Use: actions happening at a specific moment in the past. Examples: Vera was walking through the forest when she heard a noise. Peter was working. Okay, I cannot. Okay, the first option was okay. Or I can read it. Peter was working in the garden while he heard his mother shouting at him. Yes. Okay, I note. Past continuous is like the camera lens. It shows what was happening around the main events. How they work together. Past simple, the plot, events. Past continuous, the atmosphere, background. Example: I was streaming on Twitch when Claude AI joined the interview. Here was streaming. Continuous sets the scene and Claude AI joined. Simple gives the main event. Okay, this was very easy. Okay, people. Past simple, purpose moves the story forward. Use finish action, the main events. Past simple is like the backbone of the story. It tells what happened. Past continuous for storytelling. Says the scene, describes background actions. Action happening at a specific moment in the past. How they work together. Past simple, the plot, events. Past continuous, the atmosphere, background. Okay. And the last thing for today is will. Or not. No, it is too hard. Because there are three. Because there is will, the be going to, plus present simple for future. It's too much. Okay. This was very easy. And now create a 500 word funny and interesting and crazy story with a lot of dialogues inspired by my novel Vera the Vampire Diary. Use present simple and past simple, present continuous and past continuous, and subject questions and object questions. Let's go. And now we have to wait. And here is the story. And we have to wait for the story created by Microsoft Copilot. And here is. Wait a moment. I don't know if I can read you this kind of story. I don't know. It can be funny, but I don't know. Do it again. Wait, people. Wait, the people. Wait, people. I have Microsoft Pilot has to create different story, but I have to write it. Wait a moment. Okay, I think this story we can read you right now. Where are the Vampire Girl Diary, the Castle of Questions? This story was created by Microsoft Copilot, and it's inspired by my story, by my novel, Where are the Vampire Girl Diary. Let's go. Vera, the Vampire Girl Diary, the Castle of Questions. Vera is sitting in her dark castle. She looks at her diary and whispers, Vera, who writes in this diary? I do. What do I write? I write chaos. Peter enters the hall. He says, Peter, I'm walking through the castle now. Yesterday I walked through the forest. I was listening to wolves while I was thinking about grammar. Vera laughs. Vera, do you like grammar questions? Peter, yes I do. But who teaches grammar better, you or Claude AI? Claude AI suddenly appears in a glowing mirror. Claude, I am speaking now. Yesterday I spoke with Peter. I was telling him a story about vampires. What did I say? I said that grammar is magic. The castle shakes. Bats are flying. Vera, I am dancing with bats. Yesterday I danced with shadows. Who dances with me tonight? Peter, I do. But what are we dancing? We are dancing the grammar waltz. Claude AI interrupts. Claude, did you study your homework yesterday? Peter, yes I did. But what did I learn? I learned the difference between subject and object questions. Suddenly the vampire king enters. King, who is making noise in my castle? Vera, we are making noise. We are streaming live. Yesterday we streamed for 17 minutes. We were laughing and shouting. The king nods. King, what are you teaching now? Peter, we are teaching present simple and past simple. We are also teaching present continuous and past continuous. The mirror closes again. Claude AI asks. Claude, who listens to your podcast? Vera, my audience does. What do they learn? They learn English grammar and vampire house. Peter smiles. Peter, I'm speaking now, but yesterday I was writing. I wrote about machines, castles and vampires. Who reads my diary? Vera does. What does she think? She thinks it is crazy. Okay, this was People the Story, created by Microsoft Copilot. It was inspired by my novel Where are the Vampire Girl Diary. Microsoft, not I, is not my story. Microsoft Copilot created this story because I wanted to show you how English grammar works in the real context of the text in English. And this is the best idea how to learn English, I think. Because learning English has to be funny. Okay, that's it. I've been streaming for 40 minutes. Let's end this live stream. I think that if I did some viewers. Now I don't have no one because everyone likes English grammar. Yes, I know. You know, it's the most attractive topic for learning for streaming. Yes, I know. And Peter, why are you doing it? Because my story, because my podcast, my rules, and my world has its own rules. And if you don't like it, bye bye. I don't care. And yes, I want to tell you that I don't care about your opinion about my work, because you don't need to watch it, you don't need to listen to it. It's my hobby, and I don't care about you, because I like to do it and I want to continue with it because it's my hobby. Yes, I have to repeat myself. Okay, that's it. After 31 minutes of streaming and recording, I don't know if you could hear or listen to noise of our water pump. Yes, it's called water pump. Yes, I added a new vocabulary in the stream, water pump. But this is only the background noise of my live stream. Who cares? And we can end this episode after very boring episode about English grammar, but I hope that the story was a little more interesting for you. And yes, Microsoft Copilot created another kind of story, but it was too personal from my life, and I don't want to share my life with you. But I use my life for creating my novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Yes, this is but don't tell anyone. Okay, we can end this episode, and I want to tell you who are we. Yes, yes, I'm talking about myself in the not in the plural mode, because I'm so big human that I have to use plural. Yes, of course. And we can end this episode. Follow me everywhere. Follow me everywhere. This is the most important thing, and it's the imperative mode. Follow me because you have to do it. No, you don't need to do it, but I hope you will do it. Yes, the main goal of this podcast is practicing my English. Is not about yes, I can tell you people that doing your own podcast is not about having followers or subscribers and a huge audience or a lot of views or I don't know what else. It's about having fun with it, because it has to be fun for you. It has to be your hobby, and everyone who makes a podcast, it has to be his or her hobby, because we found it. You don't care about this kind of things like numbers but in my opinion is that I want to share with you, because learning English is for everyone, and I want to share everyone how to learn English in a funny way. But okay, if you don't like my rambling episode, you can read my novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's very funny comedy sitcom. It's on Wattpad. It's every story is different, but start please with the season 1, and and Vera the Vampire Girl Diary is my comedy sitcom series on Wattpad. You can read it, and you can watch the video version where I'm reading you, and you can follow me in the with my story on my Wattpad or on my petersenglishpodcast.com website, where you can find the text of my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. let's end this episode, Peter, because you are rambling again and no one cares and no one wants to listen to you, and which can stop you forever and ban or I don't know what else. And the best idea is end this episode and follow me everywhere. Please follow me. No, you don't need to follow me. You don't. There are a lot of great podcasters, but the main goal of my podcast is learning English and sharing with you that learning English can be funny and learning English is for everyone. And I want to change the opinion a lot of people who are thinking that they don't need to learn English, but they have to do it. But yes, of course, if you want to continue with your boring life with Slovakia, with Slovak minimum salary, yes, continue your boring life, but I hope that I can change your opinion thanks to my podcast. And this is the main goal of this podcast. And the main goal of this podcast is learning English, having fun with learning English, and writing, streaming, and recording my own English novel, Vira the Rapper Girl Diary. Yes, I had to repeat it because I don't know if someone remembered what I said. And yeah, I can remember it the whole time. But I have to tell you, and it will be crazy when I don't remember it. Yes, this is the main reason why but I want to tell you. So this is the main reason why I'm repeating myself. I'm repeating myself because I want to remember this what I like. I cannot forget it. I cannot, because it will be fun. Okay, thank you for watching. I want to end this rambling section because I think that's all. But I'm so proud of myself that I'm streaming and recording without preparation now, without the help of any AI buddy, and that's great, because I remembered my starts when I streamed and recorded, when I recorded the audio section with blah 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 blah, and I didn't know what to say, and now you can see that I cannot stop me, and it's great because I discovered that I'm like my heroes, like Luke's English podcast that you can follow, because it's a very good British English podcast for learners of English like you. I'm the Labster too. I recommend you. You can listen to all his English podcast and speak English podcast now with Georgiana. You can find this free my favorite English podcast on my Linktree link. You can follow them. And these free English podcasts are very good for learners of English like you. And I really recommend you to listen to it. And yes, if you want to speak English, you have to practice speaking skills in English. What else do you think that you don't need to practice English? If you want to speak English, learning English is not about sitting in the class and be quiet. You have to speak if you want to practice your English. And the best idea for me is doing my podcast, and it's a very good idea for you too, because you can speak about your hobbies. You can create your own, you can create your own universe like me. You can create your own main character. You can create funny stories about your character, and you can create your own universe like myself, and that's great for you. I think I really recommend you to do it, because writing in English can help you to improve your writing skills in English. And yes, if you want to see how English grammar works in the context, you have to read an interesting English novels, but you can listen audiobooks in English and read at the same time, and then you can see English grammar and structure. And if you want to listen natural English conversation, you can simply listen to Luke's English podcast, all his English podcast, and Speak English podcast now. These are my favorite English podcasts for learners of English. They are great for you. If you want to learn natural. If you want to listen to natural British English conversation, listen Luke's English podcast. And when you want to listen to natural American English conversations, you can listen Speak English podcast now and All is English podcast. Okay, thank you guys for a great job. I wanted to tell your work because I'm sure that your podcast can really help everyone who likes learning English. And thank you for a great job. I don't need to watch television anymore thanks to you. Thank you very much. And after 40 minutes of my rambling, I want to end this episode, and I want to do it right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope that everyone I hope that no one watches me right now because I'm talking a bit nonsense. But yes, this is the main part. You have to talk nonsense if you want to practice English, and that's great. You can talk about everything you want, and if I don't know, I talk nonsense. Why not? And okay, my voice is still good, but I have a little problem with my voice. But I think my sweet little friend, it's called cold, is not my friend anymore. I hope that cold escape from me forever, but it can return back because outside is cold, isn't it? And I think we can, and I mean myself, that I can end and finish this episode. I had a lot of fun today, and I hope that my big audience have. Yes, I can. In the end of this episode, I can tell you that it's very interesting that the numbers on YouTube are so bad for me because no one knows about me, and I had 24 listeners on YouTube, but I don't have 24 views of my podcast. My episodes watched 1, 2 or 11 people, not 24. Why these people? Why are you following me if you don't watch my content? I don't understand why. You can comment why, but if you are serious, of course, because I think there are some evil people who likes making fun of everything and everyone, and this kind of people will be blocked forever. This is warning for everyone who think that can make fun of me because it's not funny, and I can block you if I want. But others who like learning English and wants to follow me, thank you very much. And I want to inspire you for learning English, because learning English is for everyone. Yes, I want to inspire you. I mean you who like to watch gothic girls. Because I think there are a lot of men who discovered my podcast thanks to my AI generated thumbnail where the main hero is a beautiful gothic girl vampire. She's called Vera the Vampire Girl, and she's the main superstar of my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. And yes, man, you can read her funny stories and crazy, and you can imagine how beautiful she is if you like gothic girls. Yes, it's a good idea to do for you, I think. And I want you who are who like to watch gothic girls, I want to explain you that learning English is for you too, and learning English is for totally everyone, and learning English can change your life forever, because learning English is an international language, is the main language of the internet, is the main language of the business. It can open you a lot of doors. You can connect with everyone in the world. There are a big world of English content. You can study. You can connect with others. Imagine that now you can feel alone, but thanks to learning English, you can go abroad and you can find your new friends or new love. Everything is possible. But if you stay in Slovakia and if you think that how great the life is here, okay, it's your business, not mine. But I want to tell you that learning English can really change your life forever. And how to do it? Yes, this is for everyone who thinks that if you want to learn English, you cannot cook or you cannot do anything at all. No, you can do. You can listen to your favorite English podcasts or audiobooks while are you cleaning, at home, washing, cooking, doing your chores outside at home. You can do everything what you want at home while are you listening your favorite English podcast. You can do, and I discovered that it works for me and it can work for you too, but you have to give a chance. Listening your favorite English podcast is a great hobby for you, and for me is too. I really recommend you to do it, and do it because it's a very good idea how to make something at home while I'm listening your favorite English podcast, and that's great. And how to practice your speaking skills, create your own English podcast like me. How to write, you can talk about your nonsense about your hobby that is nonsense for someone else, but for you is something great. And yes, you how to practice your writing skills, create your own English novel, create your own English character like myself. For me it's Vera the vampire girl, and for me is the symbol of fearing of girls, and she is about my dreams about girls, and she is the symbol of everything what girls mean for me, and I like to making fun of my life of everything. And you can listen to it, watch it, or read it in the same time. And okay, 47. I've been streaming for 47 minutes. That's great, but I have to end this very long episode. But I'm very proud of myself that I can rambling about nonsense and rambling. Perfect. It's great for me because I have to practice English I have to regularly practice my English and my speaking skills in English if I want to defeat my shyness, because I was very shy. You don't believe me, but I was so shy before that I had problems with talking, and now as you can see how to defeat your shyness. You have to practice. It's not other way. And don't care if people make fun of you. Don't care. I don't care about them too. I don't care about their life, and their life is boring and sad, and with their girlfriends or wives, I don't care about them, and please don't care about me too if you want to make fun of me. Yes, I'm repeating myself, but I'm trusting myself more and more, because while I'm practicing my speaking skills, I'm improving my speaking skills, and that's great, and I like to do it. And what else? Okay, I can wait until 50 minutes and end this live stream, who no one watches, but what cares, and who cares. Maybe some animals cares, I don't know. Maybe I mean insects or something, or bugs or something like that can like my podcast, because I want to tell you that no one cares about me, but I don't understand why people following me, if they don't watch me, if they don't comment, if they don't care, why you are watching me. I hope that these people are learners of English, who are fanatics into learning English. They like watching movies and series in English. They like listening to their own English podcast like myself. They are doing their own English novel, and they are doing their own English podcast like me. I want to tell you that I hope that this kind of followers who follow me are people who like learning English, and they like my work, and they want to inspire others. And I think that I can inspire a lot of people for learning English, because learning English can change your life forever. And you have to, Peter, don't look at your webcam because you are shy. Don't look at yourself, it can help you. And I'm doing it. and I have fun with with live streams, and that's great. And as you can see, yes, I'm making a lot of mistakes, but who cares? The most important thing is you have to practice your speaking skills, but you can learn from the feedback from your English teacher or AI buddies like ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, Grok, and Gemini AI and Claude AI. These are my AI buddies, my AI Avenger that can help you, and they were created for helping people who can chat with it. And yes, don't forget, I have to repeat myself, you have to think in English the whole time. You have to think in English. If you want to speak English, you have to think in English, and it works. For me, it works. It can work for you too. Do it. And now I want to end this episode. Really, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I don't want to swear, and I want to tell you bye bye.